Kia ora, good evening. 2 of the 3 missing fishermen from Gisborne have been spotted in the water alive. They were seen by a cargo ship passing by Mahia Peninsula.
And now the race is on to get them out more than 30 hours after they set off from Gisborne. Well, Leighton Hakel is there, and Leighton, the weather is making this mission incredibly tough tonight.
It sure is, Rebecca. There are orange heavy rain, heavy strong winds and heavy swell warnings across the east coast. The conditions are truly terrible, but Maritime New Zealand says they are trying everything they can to get these men out of the water. An Air Force airplane that has been circling all day dropped a life raft just after 4 p.m. It might sound like dropping a needle in a haystack, but it just goes to show the lengths they are going to try and get these men to safety.
Early this morning, the rough weather set in, making the task of trying to find the 3 fishermen near impossible.
We have an absolutely atrocious forecast going forward. It's building to 8 metres and going around to the southeast and up to 50 knots, so no boat should be out there in those sort of conditions.
The trio left Gisborne Harbour yesterday morning for a day fishing for bluefin tuna. 2 other boats did as well, and Roger Faber was on one of them.
Unfortunately, as the morning went on, it got worse and worse, and late morning we decided to pull the pin. We hoped that maybe they'd have decided to come in earlier, but then found that their trailer was still at the boat ramp, and that's when concerns came, and we decided to get in touch with police and Coast Guard.
And that launched a major search and rescue operation, including a helicopter, the Air Force and Coast Guard.
The 3 lads on board are all Gisborne locals, well known to everybody. The skipper is a well-known local game fisherman, so plenty of experience, knows what he's doing.
By this afternoon, a bulk carrier vessel called the African Tiger spotted 2 men in the water alive as it passed Mahia Peninsula. It lost visuals, but it sparked an urgent response, including the Air Force, Napier's tugboats, Coast Guard and rescue helicopters.
Yes, it's been a very stressful and nerve-wracking 24 hours for families in Gisborne of the 3 missing fishermen. I know everything is being done to try and locate them.
The Rescue Coordination Centre's operation manager said they are working as quickly as possible to relocate and rescue them. They've been in the water for a long time now and will be cold and tired. But he added the weather conditions in the area are atrocious, making it extremely difficult for responders on the water and in the air. They're looking at a number of ways to help get them out of the water.
You would be aware that we're right in the middle of an orange weather warning. So at this stage they are talking about 2-story high waves, 50-knot winds. So it is extremely, extremely challenging weather out there.
But out there, despite the weather, they are still doing everything they can to save these men.
OK, Leighton, well, it looks terrible where you are, so how long will this rough weather last?
Well, Mike, it's expected to continue tonight and into tomorrow. Like, when these gusts come through, they are so strong, it's actually hard to stand up. It is expected to ease tomorrow afternoon, but that's of no use to these rescuers who want to get these 2 men out ASAP. In their last update to us, they said that they still believe the 2 men are alive and the 3rd one is still missing. At that shipping container that spotted them earlier, it was too dangerous for them to try and rescue them, but they did throw off life rings as well, and that Air Force plane dropped that life raft, as I said. We have seen, though, that Air Force plane looks to be headed back to base, back to Ohakia, but as I said, the last update we got from Maritime New Zealand, the lead agency here, is that this rescue operation is still ongoing despite these awful, awful conditions.
It's our reporter Leighton Hakel live for us in Gisborne. Thanks very much, Leighton.
And Heather's here now with more on this weather system. And Heather, how long will the large swells be an issue?
Similar to what Leighton was saying about the weather timings, actually another night of large swells, and from tomorrow afternoon things start to ease. Now, large wave warnings are enforced from Wairarapa to Gisborne up to 6 metre swell, so not just difficult conditions out at sea, but for coastlines. Erosion and coastal inundation is highly likely. This is currently how the storm's looking. Tonight and tomorrow the low centre will start to track east, but it's slow moving and leaving heavy rain and strong sou'westers in its wake. I'll have all the warning specifics after sport.